Hey everybody, Dylan from Noble Records here, going live again. I did live last, let me fix this lighting here. It's getting a little bright here. That's much better. So I did a good, had a minor success live video last week. Really enjoyed it. And Vinyl 79, Rob, you're always first. So, Rob, did you go digging this week and find some sweet thrift store things? Bet so. Rob, word on the street is you're looking for this guy. Is that right? I'll read you a review out of here. Pick a record, any record, and I'll read the review. Those are the new, yeah. So let's just, let's go. See, so this is only U.S. Morgan, that's a great, you know what? I didn't want to pull this out, but there it is. First press, beautiful. Courtesy of Black Cat Records there. So let's pull out the Morgan review. LMNOP. So for those of you that are just joining us, you know what, Rob? If you're gonna make snide remarks, you can just find another live channel. So I guess Morning Dew. Not fast. If I went to Morning Dew, I've gone too far. No, I haven't. Can't find it. Might not be one in here, but that doesn't sound. Should be right here. There it is, Morgan. Oh gosh, I cannot read this full review. I'll just read the first part. A strong contender for the best major label Psych obscurity of the 1960s. Poised between psychedelia and hard rock, Steve Morgan's songs are strong, but weird. Sometimes that's what people say about me. Strong, but weird. So anyways, sorry, I'm trying to get this to where. So there's my wife. She's watching the live. Right there, she's waving. Hey, Bubba. So, anyways, Morgan, that's that. So I thought I'd pull out some records and show you guys. Talk about just whatever comes up. Other half, what's not to love? So I got this one recently, pretty sweet. I think I showed this one in like one of my best vinyl finds of 2018. But I'll tell you guys, if you don't know, so this is an original mono pressing. That's the label for it. But a lot of people ask me, how do you tell the difference between a first pressing and a second pressing? It's real easy, but it's on the cover. The label looks the same, but on the cover, see there's the 4 columns right here. On the original first pressing, there's only 3. These credits right here are missing on the first pressing. So, yeah. You guys talking about some sort of sound equipment that I have? I don't know. Anyways, I must have missed that. This is the one that Rob wants. Power of Zeus. This is a great record. A friend of mine, I'd posted this thing on Instagram saying that I was looking for a bunch of records, and this was like one of the pictures that was on there. And he was like, "Oh, I have that," and then just sent it to me. I've already talked about that stuff. This is a pretty cool reissue of Tangerine Zoo. Pretty cool. So yeah, I got some. That's a great one. Shadows of the Night. This is an original MC5. Kick Out the Jams. Now, last year, I got one of these bad boys still sealed, and man, I did everything I could to figure out if it was a first pressing, if it was a uncensored first pressing. I couldn't figure it out. But so I asked around, asked everybody. I asked Hog's Ear Report Ron, because he knows everything there is to know about this album. This is Kick Out the Jams MC5. If you don't know this album, go listen to it. But anyways, yeah, so I know who to hit up about this sealed records. But anyways, everyone wanted to know if it was an original first pressing, the rare one, and I could not figure it out. I could not figure it out, and just asked and asked and researched, couldn't figure it out. And I'm 99% sure there's no way to tell if it's sealed, because you have to look either at the inside jacket or have to listen to it. So, I found there's this guy, he emailed me. He's like, listen, I don't care if it's censored or not. I don't care if it's the first pressing or not. As long as it looks like it, I'm going to leave it sealed anyway, so it doesn't matter. And so I said, okay. And I sold it to him. So that was pretty good, because I already had this one. First. Really, really good. A friend of mine gave this to me, actually. Funny story about this one. A friend of mine gave it to me because his aunt owned it, and his aunt passed away. He didn't want to sell it, so he gave it to me. And then I ended up selling it with a bunch of other stuff to Tunes from the Man Cave. And then he gave it back to me because he's like, I know this record's important to you or whatever. But here's another really fun fact. So the guy, I believe that this is the correct. I do have some King Gizzard, and I might show it if I can find it. But the guy that he was one of the guys that designed the cover of this album. He put himself on the cover. That's him in the blue shirt. I can't remember the exact story, but the band was like really mad about it. He had designed it, so there's a bunch of people in the crowd. It's all like splotched together. But yeah, that's him, the guy that designed the cover. He didn't ask them. This is a really cool record. I went in the Third Man, and I was very surprised. I really loved it in there. I'm not a big fan of the reissue and stuff, but you need Greta Van Fleet first CD, Black Smoke Rising. Those are like, I had some friends that had them, and they sold them for like, I don't even remember how much, but it was a ridiculous amount. But anyways, yes, this is a cool record, Groovy Lisa. This is Pugsley Munyon, Just Like You. This is a killer, powerful blues rock record. These kids basically got signed to this J&S record label, and long story short, they had just a really hard time making it, and they were just killer sound. And J&S Records just kind of went behind their back, did a totally different cover than they wanted to. They had a different cover already planned out. They issued it before they wanted to, all this stuff. But actually, Pugsley Munyon, I can't remember what town they're from. I think it's somewhere in Indiana. Don't quote me on that. But they're still touring today. Pretty cool and interesting stuff. I'm just pulling stuff out. I don't know if you guys have heard the story behind this one. This is my Third State, Andy Warhol, Velvet Underground Nico. Really, really cool record. And someone posted this online as a, they said it was a 1970s pressing, and it was ridiculous. It was even a good price for a 1970s pressing. And I got it in the mail because I knew, I could see this little pink line right there, and I knew that it was original. So anyways, I'll drink some of this coffee here. So I'm seeing some chatter about reissues. Now, Some reissues are okay. Some of them are, you have to kind of get a reissue. Like, I don't know, like for me, this album, The Third Power, Believe, this is a reissue. But yeah, reissues, they can be good. This is a really good reissue. This record normally is like, I don't know, 125 bucks, something like that. I would never spend that much money on a record like, I mean, I like this record, but it's not worth that much to me. So sometimes the reissues, you kind of have to have them. What's up, Bob Ross? This is another one, really good. Pink Fairies, Never Never Land. Love that. Let's go through here. Find some good stuff for y'all to feast your eyes upon. No, you can't have it back. So this is a cool one. This is the United States of America. And a lot of times you will see it just like this. But this is the paper bag cover. A lot of times you don't see this. I've actually only ever seen one that has the paper bag cover, and it's this one. So it's in killer shape. So glad to have that. This is another one that just sometimes you got to settle for the reissue. Pop up in Durham or Chapel Hill, that's doable. You never know. If I find a good enough spot, I might be down for it. July. This is the first psychedelic record that I listened to. Like I was like, man, that's a crazy cover, and I don't know. I can't remember what led me to it. But I was like, man, this is killer, and listened to it, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is phenomenal. So this is a reissue. It's not. This is a great one here. So Matt Sands showed this one on his. This is Thunder and Roses, King of the Black Sunrise. Man, this is a phenomenal record. If you like blues rock and stuff like that, Greenville, South Carolina is doable. It's doable. What's up, Bill? This is a great one. Come and have some tea with the tea company. I bought this one. I got this one in Albuquerque when we went to Albuquerque. Emily, you still on this thing? You hanging on? My wife, she was watching earlier. I don't know if she's still on there. But maybe some of you guys know some stuff about this. This is Simendi. I think that's how you say it. I might be completely wrong. There she is. This is an incredible record. And someone posted on Instagram that this was kind of like Led Zeppelin 2 with the Robert Ludwig mix. Simendi. Dylan, are you going to do more live? Well, I'm doing more live right now. No, I might. I mean, I like it. I've had a good time last time. I just was like going to try it because I was like, no one's going to watch this. And ended up getting a bunch of people watching it, so I was really excited. But a lot of people said this was like Led Zeppelin 2 with the Robert Ludwig mix. So if it has the RL and the Matrix, whatever, if it has the RL for Robert Ludwig, then it's worth a lot more. I don't know if that's true or not, but I've had 2 copies since I heard that, and they have both had it. So who knows? This sweet little gem right here, the West Coast Pop Art Experimental Part 1, was given to me by Dead Wax. That's the word I was looking for. Sorry. So this was given to me by Bo, Earhead 6. So when's my next pop-up? Yeah, it's killer. My next pop-up is at Divine Barrel on 420. So y'all be able to be there. That'd be great. This one is awesome. Frantic Conception. Just electric, killer, face melting. So yeah, amazing. I'm not like huge. I do not have that. I'm not a huge garage fan. I like it, but not crazy. Not crazy about garage stuff. A lot of people spend a lot of money on garage stuff, but this 96 Tears by Question Mark and the Mysterians is phenomenal. I love it. This is a great record. Let's go. This one, Black Cat Records, if you're still watching this, got it from him. This is Suddenly One Summer, J.K. and Company. Yeah. He's there. So yeah, this is a great record. And thanks to Robert Hood, I have his address, so I might go track him down and see if he has any more. So let's see what else I got here. Oh, some of you guys might not have heard of this story because the video I posted about it. Sorry, I get my face in it. The video I posted about it. Yeah, I know. I think you talked to me earlier, Benjamin. Video I posted a while back was I was in a thrift store and found a bunch of killer records in there, like sealed stuff. Rob, you even bought one of the sealed ones from me. But anyways, and as I was leaving, I had like my spidey sense tingling, and my brain said, reach up on the shelf. There could be more records. Don't know why that would come across in my mind, but I did. And this was up on the top of the shelf, and it was a quarter. And it's a great record. I was really stoked about that. I don't know if you guys know this record. This is Odyssey Setting Forth. I listened to this. This is a really great psychedelic record. I can't remember what year it was recorded, but I don't think it was pressed on vinyl until 2005. I think it was 72 or 74. I can't remember. It's a pretty cool record. And then this Dragonfly. So Record Store Day is reissuing this year, which is gonna sell some books. Cool. So this, Rob, was released in 1968. Well, now there's some debate or whether it's 68 or 69, so I won't throw that on you, but it's debatable, and I could pull out my endless trip, but it might be an endless quest for me finding that page because the book's so big. But this is a great record. So this is an original press, obviously, and it's amazing. Oh, Setting Forth. Okay. Well, that is good to know. So, I don't know. I've got a bunch of jazz here. You guys will be happy to know since my last feed, I have sleeved all of my blues and jazz. I know you guys were having a little bit of a conniption. Give me the answer to Chris's contest. I don't even know what you're talking about. Are you talking about Tunes from the Man Cave? I might not know what you're talking about. I might not have seen that. I haven't been on YouTube much today, so if he, or the past week, honestly. What is Chris's question? I don't have that. No. May Blitz, that's a great one. Captain Beyond with a holographic cover. Forever Changes. You can see these are all alphabetical order. This one, Bubble Puppy, Gathering of Promises. This is phenomenal. Phenomenal record. So Benjamin, send me an email or a message or find me somehow. There's a guy in Albuquerque that has some great stuff, and I can give you his information, and you can find him. But I was able to get a lot of good stuff from him. Demian, this is phenomenal. Caravan, Waterloo Lily. This is a really good record. I hadn't listened to it in a while. This is a white label promo, but yeah, that's a great one. What else we got here? This is a UK Traffic. So anyways, anything you guys want to see or questions you want to ask? I'm just kind of flipping through stuff, showing you some stuff. Just tragically sold this. I'm about to ship it out. Rearview Mirror, Pearl Jam. It's incredible. 4-album set. Sold it. Any Canadian Psych? I've got some. I don't have an original Felt. I have a reissue of Felt. Everyone wants to see Led Zeppelin stuff. Is that true? I can do that. So you want to see like bootlegs? Or okay, all right. Well, everyone's saying Zeppelin, so let's just go. My Zeppelin's kind of out of order. Here's a really cool Down to See Some Boots. Oh, okay. This is a really cool Zeppelin Korean pressing, and the label says Vanilla Fudge. Pretty funny. This is this is my Zeppelin 1 promo, white label promo. Really cool. This is my. When am I going to do part 2 of my Psych? Soon, hopefully, if I can wrap my head around it. This is my Robert Ludwig Zeppelin 2. And then I do have some UK Zeps. I'm going to show you really quick. Pretty rare. Is this the one? Or is this my... No, that's my other... I have 2 Robert Ludwigs. Zips. Where is it? Here you go. I have not heard that. So this is my UK plum label Zeppelin 2. Pretty rare UK pressing. Really nice. Yes. You have a promo? Dude, that's hard to find. That's worth some cash. Yeah, I mean, I got all the Japanese pressings. Oh, you have the Zeppelin 4. Okay. I have all the Japanese pressings of all of them. Kind of having to bend over here a little bit. This one, awesome. So, I have Zeppelin 3 with the plum label, but I don't know if it's... I just listened to it the other day. So anyways, let me, give me like 5 seconds. Gotta grab some bootlegs here. I'm trying to get my bootlegs together to where I know what I've got and what I don't have. Because like with Zeppelin bootlegs, it gets kind of crazy. What's up, Chris? So it gets kind of crazy with shows that you have and shows that you don't have. So I need to trim back and see like which ones I have doubles of, because I have different covers and all this stuff. This is Live at the LA Forum. This is part 1 for badge holders only. This is an epic Zeppelin bootleg. Not terribly hard to find, but this is one recorded by Mike the Mike Millard. If you haven't heard of Mike the Mike Millard, fascinating dude. He had this system to where he put a reel-to-reel recorder under his wheelchair. He didn't need a wheelchair, had no problem. Yes, it's the wheelchair guy. And he put microphones in the arms of the wheelchair, and so the staff at these concert venues would just wheel him right up to the front, right in the middle. He'd get a great stereo mix from the right and left, and he recorded the best audio for the audience recordings ever. So this is part 1. This is part 2. Really great stuff. This is live in Monterey. Great. If you have, oh gosh, Egg on My Face, this is the same as that bootleg. This is really interesting. Gosh, where is it? Here you go. So I had this forever. So this is Rubber Dubber. I've talked about the Rubber Dubber bootlegs before. They're all really great, phenomenal recordings. But this is a 1 LP version of Led Zeppelin. Hey, listen, if you're drooling now, just buckle up. I got 80 of these. Led Zeppelin live at the LA Forum, 1970. This is the 1 LP version, but at a yard sale earlier this year, I found the 2 LP version, which is really what I need, so I probably just need to... I don't have any Can albums. I need to get some. This is Led Zeppelin Touch and Go. This is Toronto, Brussels, a bunch of different things. This is a alternate. This is alternate physical graffiti. Has some really cool wax to it. Hold on. So it's different. I think this is I actually don't even know. My friend just gave this to me. I think this is studio outtakes or something like that. Blah, 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 blah. Hold on. I'm coming back. This is a Yardbirds bootleg. Yes. Hey, Bo. Good to see you. Yardbirds bootleg, so not technically Zeppelin, but you know, whatever. Your ears have really cool wax. I will have to take your word for it. Here's some more. So this is Robert Plant bootleg. What year's the Yardbirds? I think this is 68. 1968 America tour. So this is Keith Relf, Jim McCarty. And what's funny is Jim McCarty's the drummer, but Jim McCarty's also the guitar player of Cactus, but it's not the same guy. And then, you know, Jimmy Page, 68 tour. Relf, yes, underappreciated. This is an interview. I don't think it's a bootleg, actually. So, yeah, I'm trying to read all these. You guys are quick. San Francisco 69. This is a great Zeppelin bootleg. Love that one. This one's Boston Tea Party on blue vinyl. So this is live in Boston, 1969. I'm trying to hurry through this. This is extremely rare. One of the first Zeppelin bootlegs. This is live at Blueberry Hill. Now, there's 1,000 different pressings of live at Blueberry Hill, but this is the first one on Blimp. Impossible to find. Really cool. Live at Blueberry Hill. Oh, Chris. Oh, Chris. You silly goose. So this is Duck Walks and Lasers. Really great Zeppelin bootleg. These are picture discs, obviously. There's only 375 of these made. This is 1977, Fort Worth, Texas. You hear that first pressing goodness? Right in your neck of the woods. This one is another Blueberry Hill. Really cool. In El Salvador. Colored vinyl. I found this in the trash. That's a great story. I posted a video a while back called Records I Found in the Trash. I highly recommend it. But, long story. Chris, you got to stop posting romantic stuff on here. My wife's watching. This is Custard Pie 3LP, March 24th, 1973. Really, really great bootleg. How does the picture disc actually sound? Does it sound any good? The picture disc sounds fine, I guess. I mean, you got busted. She's still watching. That Dave Smith TV is my wife, and nobody but Chris would know this. But before it was Noble Records, it was called Dave Smith Records. DAE, Dylan and Emily. It's pretty clever. Yummy. Okay. So yeah, Custard Pie, great one. And then this one's 3 days after. That's a great double LP, trademark of quality type of deal. Let's keep this party rolling. If you get tired of seeing, the Zeppelin bootlegs, let me know. Live in Japan. Let's see what's the date. 69, live in Japan. This is another one, live in Japan. This is 72. Hendrix bootlegs. I do have some Hendrix bootlegs. I will get to those. This is Led Zeppelin and U2 at Live Aid. It's 85. And did you know? Trivia. Who can tell me, real quick, who can tell me who played drums for Zeppelin at Live Aid 1985? Can anyone tell me? If you can tell me, you got bragging rights. Who played drums for Zeppelin? We will stick with Noblerecordstore, yes. Do they make reissues of bootlegs? Yes, you're right. Bill, you're right. It was Phil Collins. So, first of all, Phil Collins, you're right, Bill. Phil Collins. You guys, you all knew that. I mean, Bill did say it first, but Phil Collins was the drummer. He refused to rehearse with Led Zeppelin, and Robert Plant and Jimmy Page were pissed that they were like, and no one else knew. I mean, everybody else was like, "Oh, it's great," but they were just like livid that they just said he didn't do a good job. Which, I mean, it's Phil Collins. I'm sure he did fine. So yeah. So do they make reissues of bootlegs? Yes, they do. Where there's money to be made, there's bootleggers to be sticking their hands out. This is one before the West was one. This was live at the Fillmore West. This is 73. Well, this is 69. I was way off. This is on like some gray wax. Pretty cool. A little number. So this next one's pretty sweet. It's called Alpha and Omega. This is a 4 LP. Hello. 4 LP set. First 2 LPs is Denver. I can read. Denver 1968. Second 2 is Oakland 1977. Good Lord. Need some more coffee. But this is supposed to be Alpha and Omega, the first and the last recorded bootleg Zeppelin concerts. That's pretty cool. It's got a cool gatefold if I recollect correctly. So that's a pretty dope little thing. And what I had started doing was making note cards with all the information from each show so I could know what I had and didn't have. Yes, great picking, Jimmy. So that's what this is. It's like the information or whatever. So this is Fractured Ribs, live in Dallas, Texas. This is an excellent soundboard, it says, from my handwriting. So the last Zeppelin, the Alpha and Omega, I sold that to you, Chris, and then you sold it back to me eventually. But yeah, this is Fractured Ribs. This is phenomenal. Really, really great album or bootleg. This one, my gosh, such a sweet cover with the Robert Plant holding the dove on stage. Led Zeppelin Blvd. This one was June 22nd, 1972. This was some of the material that came from How the West Was Won. So before they issued How the West Was Won, I had this, and this was like the same, like some of the same stuff was on here. And as you know, How the West Was Won is a conglomerate of other stuff. No, I will not be going to Woodstock 2019 because Woodstock doesn't have the best reputation, except for, obviously the 69 Woodstock, which I doubt anyone would really enjoy being at now because it was a nightmare. I'll tell you this. This is how old I am. Old and lame. If I got the chance to go back in time, if I had the chance to go back in time and go to Woodstock 69, I wouldn't do it because it would be crazy. And it would be just a crap fest of nasty rain, and I can just watch the DVDs now. I don't like burn me at the stake for saying that, but I just wouldn't. So this is Zurich 1980. So no, I will not be going to. I don't like big concerts anymore. I'm old and lame. I just don't. Yeah, I mean, in theory, I'd love to go back and see Santana in their prime, and obviously Hendrix and all that stuff. But if I'm being really honest, I probably wouldn't. Plant's not gonna sing with Greta Van Fleet. I'm sorry. So this is Led Zeppelin, Yellow Submarine or Yellow Zeppelin. This is a great Whiskey A Go Go, Los Angeles, 1969. Really, really cool. I'm trying to read all these things. So that's a really cool. It's obviously ripping off the Beatles cover. Yeah, I know. It's but it's not the Beatles. It's Led Zeppelin. Look at them. Yellow. It's pretty cool. And then How Many More Times? This is a 3 LP. This is another one that I sold to Chris and he sold back to me. So this one's 75, Long Beach, 1975. Yeah, I mean, like, if you watch the Woodstock documentary, I mean, it highlights some of the good stuff, but there's still that guy in there with the diarrhea truck pumping out the freaking, um, you know, porta potties, and everyone was pooping all over the place and just filth, you know. And I've never done drugs, so I don't think it would be enjoyable for me at all. Um, I would love to see Jay-Z, but anyways, your favorite Zeppelin boot is the Royal Albert Hall. Yes, Matt. Hold on one second. So this is Tangible Vandalism, which is studio outtakes and stuff. I believe if yeah, if you hear a dog whining, that is my dog Zeppelin. Very good point, Emily. He's right outside this door right here. His name is Zeppelin. So just so you know. But this is so if my memory serves me right, Jimmy Page's house was broken into, and all I stole was a bunch of studio reel tapes and all this stuff. So there are some bootlegs that came from that are just like, studio outtakes and stuff like that these bootleggers stole directly from Jimmy Page's house, and I think that's where this came from. This is another one, M4 to go. Well, we'll start with 3 to get ready and 4 to go. But these are studio outtakes from Led Zeppelin 3 and Led Zeppelin 4. Matt, since you said something, I'll show it. This is my favorite Zeppelin bootleg. This is my favorite. Look at that. Spladow. Electric Magic. Chris. I swear to you, I have never done drugs, not to any stretch of the imagination. So, yeah, this is great 250 pressings, or 250 copies pressed. I do have the Trademark of Quality box set. Hold on. So I can't pull this out. I mean, I can pull this out, but this is a 10 LP color vinyl set. So this is Blueberry Hill, Going to California, Bonzo's Birthday Party, Seattle Days, 4.5, and Mudslide / BBC. So really killer box set, 10 LPs, all colored vinyl, some really sweet looking colored vinyl too. So yes, I do still have that. You want a room tour? I can show you some things. My room's not super clean right now, so yeah. So anyways, this is Mudslide. This was okay. So if you're a big Zeppelin bootleg person, you've seen Pure. It's called Pure Blues. It's like a capital P and then a little B. So that is technically the first Zeppelin bootleg, and that one's worth like $1,000. I've never seen one in person. It's worth a ton of money, but this is a direct ripoff from Pure Blues. This one's I've got a bunch of dead bootlegs too. Hiawatha Express on World's Records. What's the date on this? Shoot, I don't know. I can't remember. Milwaukee, whatever. This is a cool one. This one's, I do not have the Coca-Cola cover, but I've got that same concert. You'd love to see some dead. Okay, well, if you guys stick around, you might just get to see it all. Green vinyl. How can you tell a bootleg if it's not an official release, if it's not a concert that was officially released by a record company? You can usually tell. This might be my favorite story of how I got a bootleg. So this one is like really, really, really nice. This is Going to California on colored vinyl. Green vinyl. Blue vinyl. Really, really killer. So this is, I'll show you the back cover. That's the printout that goes with it. You never get them with this printout. But this is still in the shrink and everything. This is probably 5 or 6, 7 years ago. I saw this pop up on eBay, and it was buy it now for $5. It said severely warped. And I had had some success flattening some records, so I just bought it. Got it in the mail. It's not warped at all. I don't know what the heck. I sent the guy a message. I'm like, you sent me the wrong copy. This one's not warped. Nothing's wrong with this record. He's like, oh, well, it sounded warped to me when I listened to it. And I listened to it, and there is a part where the tape kind of goes, but like it's a small part. And that's what he said. I don't know, but those are like, I mean, that's probably one of the best bootlegs I have as far as value. I only have this many more Zeppelin bootlegs, so we're good. July 77, Oakland's called The Last Brawl. This one's okay. It's an audience recording. That was kind of hard to find. You don't see it very much. Fillmore West. Fillmore West, 1969. So no, the bootlegs were not produced in the Middle East. A lot of them were produced in the UK. Some of them were produced in Japan, but probably most of them were produced here in the US. Lots of people, like some of them are like this, just people that have record cutters in their basement, and they're really poor quality, but some of them are really, really nice quality that the bootleggers would pay people that worked at official plants to press for them. And sometimes they would have like blank labels and all that stuff, and sometimes they get nicer labels depending on what kind of deal they could get with the pressing plant. Anyways, this one's called Ledger Domain. If you've ever seen one that says, whew, see you, Bill. Good to see you, man. If you ever get to see one that says World Tour 1975, that's what this is. Yes, Neil Young found one of his bootlegs in a store in the 1970s. There's a video on YouTube. Just like Google or look up on YouTube. So that's a pretty funny. He gets really mad. This is Dallas, 1975. This was really cool. I'll have to take this one out. This one's One More Night. This is in Germany, Southampton. No, this is Southampton, England. I'm sorry. Look at that vinyl. Beautiful. Teal and black. Amazing. Wow. Van Halen opening for Black Sabbath. That would be sweet. So a few more. Into the Outtakes. This is outtakes from Into the Outdoor. Bonzo's last rehearsal, 1980. This is the last rehearsal that they did with Bonzo. They recorded it. That's on here. This one, killer. Do I have Adolescence? No, I don't. I don't have that, but I've got a couple more Zeppelin bootlegs over there, but they're kind of far away. This one, okay. There's a label called Waggle, Waggle. It's killer. All right, serious. That's the Adolescence is a really good bootleg, actually, Chris. So there's the logo. It's Waggle. If you find anything on Waggle, it's excellent, and no matter what band it is. I've got some Hendrix Waggles, but I've got all the Led Zeppelin Waggles. But anyways, so it's all soundboard recordings, really, really good stuff. There's a lot of history behind that I will not go into, but this is great. This is 1980, but it's a really, really, really good. This one is Inglewood Forum, Los Angeles, 1977. This is another one by Mike the Mike Millard, the wheelchair guy. Goodness gracious. This one is called Mackenzie. So this one is live April 1970 in Tampa. I got enough. I only have a few Hendrix bootlegs. I might only have one actually now. I'm almost done with Zeppelin. Teddy Bear's Picnic. This is Newcastle City Hall, November 1971. I'm sorry if I'm boring you and you're about to fall asleep. This is very similar to the Royal Albert Hall one. That this is called Tight But Loose. It's a really cool bootleg, 250 pressed. So this is live in Seattle. This is part 1 and part 2. Really cool bootlegs. Here are a couple more on Waggle. This was live in Tokyo. Now this is on Toasted, Tokyo 1972. Yeah, Guns N' Roses had a ton of bootlegs. I used to have a bunch of those, but I don't have them anymore. This one's live in Tokyo, 1972. It's a different show. This is Earl's Court. This is a waggle. Earl's Court, 1975, 2 LP. And then this is Frankfurt. So one's called Dinosaur, one's called Moonlight. Hold on a second. How does this go? They somehow make one picture if you put it together. Anyways, I can't remember. But it's one big picture if you put both of the bootlegs together. One panorama. So that's cool stuff. That is almost all my bootlegs. I have a couple over here. I'm not going to dig them out because you've probably... Oh, yeah, I've actually got a bunch more right here that I forgot about. You guys might be bootlegged out. But this is a 10-inch. This is stuff, The Making of Friends. This is like recordings from Bronny R, however you say that. Really rare recordings of them writing the songs. So it's really, really cool. This is Melancholy Danish. Get It On. This is Page Boys. Can't remember the date on that one. This one was recorded on my birthday, Copenhagen. Live at the Lyceum in London. Bonzo's birthday party where they sing Happy Birthday to Bonzo. This was San Francisco, 1969. This is the first bootleg I found for $2 at a record show on tour. Sound quality is horrible. And then that doesn't even count for all these. Hold on. So The Destroyer, this is a great 4 LP set. There's a lot of history behind that, but I won't go into it. That's technically the second Destroyer. This is the first Destroyer from the first night. This is a soundboard recording. That one's audience. This one's incredible. Excellent. It's the first generation of that. And this is Destroyer 3. Maryland, 1977. And then this is Jimmy Page's Session Man. This is a bootleg box set, but it's all the session work that Jimmy Page did before, during, and after Led Zeppelin. I think it's a 4 LP. It's 4 LP. Anyways, who makes the best bootleg? You talking about like band or label? See, the labels depends on what you're after. Some people like bootlegs for the aesthetic quality. Yeah, I do have a ton more boots. See ya, Rob. So sorry, I know there's not enough Psych for you over here. I'm not gonna shoot. I'll show you my Hendrix bootleg. Really, I think I might only have one Hendrix bootleg actually. So this is the Hendrix bootleg I have. It's called Hoochie Coochie Man. This is on Waggle. It's like I was telling you. I like to get all those. This is unreleased studio stuff. I had another Waggle one. Oh, no. I've got, where is it? Here it is. This is the best one in my opinion. So you see the one, I have some dead bootlegs, but you see the one that has the Coca-Cola cover. This is the same show. I am a big Hendrix fan. This is the same show. It's on Rubber Dubber Records. It looks just like that Led Zeppelin I showed. But it's the same show as that one with the Coca-Cola cover. Really cool. I'm trying to show everything. Everyone wants to see everything. So yeah, there's a seal. Rubber Dubber. Whew, y'all got me sweating over here. Trying to show you all my bootlegs before y'all pass out from boredom. I mean, have y'all seen enough bootlegs, or do you want to see some Grateful Dead bootlegs? I'm not even in the Grateful Dead section. What am I doing with my life? This is a bootleg box set for Deadheads only. This is a 3 LP. You like to see some Dead? All right. Y'all still hanging with me. Still got 38 people watching. That's pretty good. This is Grateful Dead Double Dead stereo concerts. I think this is a compilation of concerts. Y'all don't even want me to get into the Floyd boots. I got a lot. Earlier live stream. I'll see what I can do. And so this is one, Grateful Dead. Can't even remember what's on this, honestly. This is another one. This never came with a cover. This is a really rare one. Gosh, I can't remember what the date is on this one. Bootlegs are funny like that. And sometimes they'll tell you what the date is and you still won't know. See ya, man. See ya, Bob Ross. Believe I... you might have. So this is the outtakes from Terrapin Station. Really cool. So I've got several more. If I get into the Pink Floyd bootlegs, it's gonna be like I'm already almost at an hour. I've got a lot of Pink Floyd bootlegs, so I might save that one for another time. I could start. This is The Committee. It's the soundtrack for there's a movie apparently in the late '60s called The Committee, and they did the soundtrack for it, but they never officially released the soundtrack on vinyl. This is on orange vinyl. I'm not going to get out and show it to you because it's just orange. No, I do not have any mail to Jules, Chris, with your menacing comments on here. So this is a really cool November 15, 1972, Germany. Pink Floyd, look at that. Beautiful. Only 200 of these were pressed. This is number 58. Yes, that is excellent. That's my favorite version of Hey Jude, is the Wilson Pickett version with Dwayne Allman playing. And I'll stand on Paul McCartney's coffee table with my cowboy boots and say that. Now that's a famous Steve Earle quote. The quote is about Townes Van Zandt, and he said, Steve Earle said, Townes Van Zandt is the greatest songwriter that ever lived, and I'll stand on Bob Dylan's coffee table with my cowboy boots and say that. And then Townes Van Zandt, his quote to respond to that was, I've met Bob Dylan's security guards, and you're not getting anywhere near his cowboy boots or his coffee table. Anyways, this is a Pink Floyd, August 9th, 1969, Amsterdam. That was pretty sick. This one's live in Japan with the OBI. Really sweet 2LP on green vinyl. This is a really nice one. Really love this one. It sounds great. Looks great. Whew, be careful with it. This is live in Paris. It is on clear vinyl. This is studio outtakes and demos and all that stuff. Really sweet. Nice. Graham Parsons was great. Townes Van Zandt's my favorite songwriter. I just gotta say, I know Dylan might be better. He's my favorite. I just like him. I can't help it. I connect with his music more. Live 1977. This one's Venice. July something or another. This is early studio outtakes. Dark Side of the Moo. Comedy. Oh, this is on black vinyl. I thought it was on color vinyl. This is some studio outtakes and stuff like that too. Brain Damage, Screaming Abdabs. So, a little information here. Screaming Abdabs was Pink Floyd's name before Pink Floyd, and they changed it to Pink Floyd. But they would have this name, Screaming Abdabs, on... they had it on the covers and the label and everything, so they could slip it through pressing plants and stuff and not get detected as being bootlegs. So, pretty cool. This is Pink Floyd live in London. This one's pretty common. You can get this one pretty cheap on eBay or whatever. It's all over the place. Let's see here. We got this was called Interstellar Overdrive Live Volume 2. Not sure. This is like a compilation of like cool stuff. I don't have any Tool bootlegs, but I know some people that do. I got this one from Chris. I think he got it from me, and then I got it back from him on one of those deals that we were talking about. So this is in celebration of the Comet Coha deck, whatever you say. This is February 1972 in London, and this one is the BBC 1971 Peel Sessions. Yeah, that Wish You Were Here is awesome. This is the Best of Tour 1972. Really cool bootleg. This is If Pigs Could Fly. Cleveland will be next door to heaven. I guess this is in Cleveland. Not sure what the date is. Yeah, I mean, sometimes, uh, sometimes quality's good, sometimes it's bad. This one's September 13th, 1967, Denmark. Really cool cover. Pink Floyd. This one's Pink Floyd, the man. Yes, Tool covering Pink Floyd is awesome. I've heard that's great. What's this from? It's 1969, Amsterdam. This is BBC Sessions. This is a double LP on cool color vinyl and all that stuff. Some more here. California Stockyard. This is one that's a great show, but the sound quality is horrible. Anaheim, California, 77. If you guys are just filtering in and out, anybody new, I'm just showing some bootlegs. Any questions, let me know. Motion picture soundtrack Live in Pompeii. This is a bootleg, but man, it's an excellent recording. Now we're getting into some Uninvited Mole. So I've talked about this in some of my videos before, but sweet color vinyl is a 3 LP, Dragged Down by the Stone. Actually didn't realize I still had this. I thought I sold it, so that's nice. This is 1975 Nassau Coliseum show, the entire show. This is a great bootleg. Only 100 of these made. I'm glad I still have one. This one's Implosion at the Roadhouse. This is January 17th, 1971. It's on splatter vinyl. 130 of these presses. Another. You may not get a room tour tonight, homie, because my room is not very clean right now. I've had some. My kids have been playing with some things over here on the carpet and all sorts of things. This one's called Oopelkuchen. Really sweet color vinyl. Look at that. Splat ow. Here's another one. No, this is not the elusive turquoise cover Pink Floyd that you hear about. So yeah, Oopelkuchen. This was one of the earlier Uninvited Moles. This was live in Tampa. Only 100 of these made. Really cool. Color vinyl. Ooh, that's nice. This is number 14 of 100. So, yes. Well, I don't even know. So me and Chris, Tunes from the Man Cave, keeps popping up on here. We have had some of the same records so many times. Like, he sold me a ton of records. I'll probably end up selling them back to him. It just goes round and round. This is another one of those 3 LP multicolored. That's what the disc looks like. Some crazy looking wax on this. You know what? You guys are hanging around. Some really cool color vinyl. I've got some viewers dropping off, but my diehard people are still here. Some really sweet color vinyl. It's a 3 LP. Here's a third one. Really nice. So I love these. It's really high quality. This is the complete Boston 1977 bootleg. Really cool. Get that back in there. Uninvited Mole. Yeah, man. Those boots are so sweet. This is one. It's got sweet color vinyl too, but this is Columbia, South Carolina. So this is the closest Pink Floyd bootleg I have to home here in Charlotte, North Carolina. This one is April 1970. Really sweet. If you know me very well, you know that I love Pink Floyd albums with cows on the cover. I don't know. I mean, I do know why. It's a deep psychological thing. I had a cow as a pet as a kid. His name was Spike. And he died tragically because he had to be eaten, honestly, is what it was. Okay, here's another. This is the last release that Uninvited Mole did. It's on some sweet colored vinyl. Colored vinyls. It's often pretty hard to get all this out, but that's just one of them. This is a 3LP, really nice, 1972 Frankfurt, Germany. And then this is another one. Pictures of a Lunatic. This is got some killer color vinyl. I'm not gonna pull it out. This is a Syd Barrett bootleg. Pretty cool. It's Pink Floyd Live in Japan bootleg. Pretty cool. And then that's not all the Pink Floyd bootlegs I have, but that's pretty much all the ones that I'm gonna show. Any more questions? I mean, I got some Bob Dylan bootlegs, but I don't know if y'all want to see all that. But anyways, if y'all have any more questions, holla. Otherwise, I'm gonna shut this down. So it's been an hour, guys. It's been great out here, you know, showing you some bootlegs. It's been a good time. So as always, I have a lot more. Bo, you have a good night, buddy. I'm sure it's a lot earlier over there in the Pacific Northwest where you are. Bo is a super nice fella. He just sent me these records. This beautiful Grant Green record, been wanting it. And then this Captain Cocker and the Fabulous Twirlybirds. Haven't heard this one yet, but I've heard some really good things. So thank you, Bo. He sent me those recently. So what's the lowest numbered bootleg I have? I've got some low ones. I got like down in the 10s. So I do heart cows. I had a cow and fed it from the time it was a very young calf. And me and each of my sisters had a calf that my dad bought. Now, back in the 90s, this was early 90s when I was a very small child, the cattle prices were very low. And I promise you this is true. We went to this cattle auction and we bought calves for $5 a piece. The Holstein cows, just like the ones that are on the cover of these Pink Floyd albums, the $5 each, babies. So me and my two sisters both got one each. And I knew that there was this tree. I did all this research, okay, about these cows and what they can eat, what they can't eat. And there was this cherry tree next to the cattle pen. And I said, I'm not keeping my cow in there because those are toxic leaves. And no one believed me, took the cow out. I separated them. They all hated it. But mine was the only one that lived. Those other two cows ate the cherry leaves and they died. True story. So then my cow lived and I just fed it with a bottle, loved it. And we raised it to adulthood and I think we sold it. It was slaughtered. Can't remember. So pumpkin, I'm seeing something about pumpkins. Anyways, I don't know. What was the first metal song in your opinion? Oh my gosh. I don't know, man. I'm not a expert on metal. I think that metal was a conglomeration of some things like, you know, early this, but I mean, I think that the real metal started coming along with these guys. You probably never heard of them. They were on Vertigo, some Black Sabbath. I mean, you know, probably a little of that. So I really don't know. I mean, I know Black Sabbath was the first. It's the first band that comes to mind when I think of metal. But I know, I mean, where's that album? I'm thinking of all these albums that were early metal. But I mean, Black Sabbath was out during that time too, the early 70s. So I mean, Black Sabbath really did a lot for metal. And then, so I'm trying to find the one I want to talk about. But I think it's 69. Yeah, I can't find it. It's Gun. So the album, the Gun, self-titled, really, really good. Stooges, good point. That's really good. That's 69. They came out. But love Stooges. But I'm not an expert on metal. I don't really know that much about. Yeah, not Gun Sight. The first one, Gun. Gun Sight's good, but it's a lot softer than Gun is. So, I mean, I just love stuff like this, like the metal. Like Jerusalem, this is killer. If you like Black Sabbath, stuff like this, stuff like that, Jerusalem is 1972. This is a killer, killer LP. So, anyways, that's my opinion on that, which is not very much because I'm not, I don't have one. So, do I like the Beatles Love album? I really do like the Beatles Love album. It came out for me when I was really like. I mean, I really liked. It was a season where I really, really liked the Beatles when that came out, and so the way that the tracks just kind of flow, I really like it. Do I have any Love albums? Now, are you talking about like romantic? I'm joking. Just joking, you guys. So yeah, I'm coming with the love, y'all. So. You want to see Randy Holden. Here's Population 2. This is not an original, obviously, because those are worth more than my car. So I've got Forever Changes in here somewhere. Here it is. I should probably put it back with this family. So, yeah. So Arthur Lee from Love. This is his self-titled. Really, really great. Vindicator. This is Love for Sale. This is a great Love. It's Love out there, out here. Love self-titled. Love Da Capo. Love False Start. Can't have it back. Love Real to Real. Love Revisited and Forever Changes. I think that's all of them. All the official releases anyways. So yeah, I love. I love, you know. I'm a big love guy. So, anyways, hope you guys have enjoyed this. Any other questions before I shut her down? I love to answer all the questions you have. But, anyways, I've been trying to keep up with y'all's videos. I don't have any more Zappa bootlegs. I had some, but ended up getting rid of them because I didn't listen to them very much. I've heard Clear Light. Clear Light's great. I used to have it, but then I sold it. So anyways, yeah, I try to keep up with the VC videos, try to watch them all. And it's tough. There's a lot out there. So, anyways, you guys have a great night. I will talk to you guys another time. So you guys think of your questions. Maybe next weekend I'll do another live feed. Hope you guys are enjoying these. I certainly am. It's been real. I'm never gonna figure out how to turn these things off. Yes, Matt, thank you for watching. So next weekend, yeah, I'll do another one.